All right, so let us start our today's session. So guys, yes, before starting our today's sessions, as always, let us just try to have a very small and a quick recap of the concepts which I had covered in our last class, that is in our Saturday session. So guys, Saturday we started discussing about naming conventions of a Java identifier. Basically, we know what is an identifier. We know what is an identifier. Identifier means any name in Java. It may be a class name, it may be a method name, it may be a variable name, it may be a reference name. Basically, any name in Java is known as an identifier. So whenever we are giving the names for an identifier, we need to follow some rules. Like a Java identifier can start with capital A to capital Z, any alphabets between capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, and we can use two symbols. What are those? Dollar and a scroll. A Java identifier never starts with a, but we can use numbers. We can use numbers. Simply, we are not supposed to start an identifier name with a number. Yeah, we already covered that particular concept also. Like that, some rules we had covered in our last class. After those rules, we discussed about separators concept. We know that generally we are having 6 types of separators are there, like parenthesis, floor braces, square braces, comma, semicolon, and dot. Yeah, we already covered that. And after that, we started discussing about what is a Java method. Actually, we already know what is a Java method. We already covered this concept in our demo classes only, but it's more like theoretical content. Theory. Hey, yes or no here? Right. So up to here, these are all the concepts which we had covered in our last class. Now, today, we are going to discuss about one more amazing concept, that is returning a value from a method. One more time, I am saying this. Today, our concept is returning a value from a method. Just let me try to write like this: returning a value from a Java method. Returning a value from a Java method. Just a sec. Okay. Now, today we are going to discuss about this concept. Actually, in our demo classes only, we already covered this. In our demo classes only, we already covered this, how to return a value from a method and what we can do with that value. A lot of programs we already covered, but one more time. Now, guys, listen to this. Today's concept actually very simple, very easy. You will definitely learn a new point in our today's session, but tomorrow's class, don't even dare to miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss about main method. Java main method. In our first starting days of our demo classes, I mean, a lot of people asked me, sir, what is that main method? Why we need to write, what is that public static void main string array args? I told you, no, I promised you that, guys, we are going to discuss this main method in our coming classes, and tomorrow is that class. Am I clear with this? Hey, respond. Right. Now, tomorrow, entire session, we'll discuss only about main method. Only on main method, we can frame nearly 20 to 25 questions. Only on main method, in interview, we can ask 20 to 25 questions. So tomorrow's class, after completing tomorrow's class, you'll be able to answer them. But make sure, please don't miss it. Please don't miss it. Am I clear with this? All right. Now let's come back to our concept, that is returning a value from a Java method. Okay. So guys, before going into this topic, I actually have a small question. Simple question. Very simple question. That is, when the compiler will be when the compiler will be coming back to its calling method. When the compiler will be coming back, when the compiler will be coming back to its calling method. Means the question is, for example, let me just try to have a small method, void method one. Okay. Now system dot out dot println, I'm just trying to go with 10 syso. Let me just try to go with like 20 syso. Simply I'll just try to go with 30, just like this. Let me go to my main method. Now inside my main method syso start. Nope. start start and new class A. Let me just try to have a reference here, equal to aobj belongs to class A, and I'll go with aobj dot method one and syso. Simply I'll just try to go with like end. Let me just end like this. Now, yes, if I execute my program, you guys know that our output, first output will be start, after that 10, 20, 30, and finally end. Okay, here I'm actually not asking what is my output. What I am trying to ask is from line number 15. No, what is happening in line number 15? Calling. So from line number 15, our compiler will be going to which line? Line number 5. When again it will be coming back? That is my question. My question is when the compiler will be coming back to its calling method. So just let me try to answer this question. The compiler will be coming back to its calling method in the compiler will be coming back to its calling method in below mentioned 3 scenarios. What? Yep. Below mentioned 3 scenarios. In 3 situations, the compiler will be coming back to its calling method. You just said only one. I hope you're understanding the point here. Okay, let me try to, okay, 3 situations I said, right? Hang on. Let me remove this. The compiler will be coming back to its calling method in below mentioned 3 scenarios. All right. 1, 2, just 2, 3. Okay. Now, what are those 3 situations? First one, just now you said. First one, you just now said. What is that? After executing, exactly, after executing all the statements, which were present inside a method. That is the first case. Okay. After executing all the statements which are present inside a method. Okay. What is the second one? Second one is whenever the compiler came across return statement. Whenever the compiler came across return statement. What do you mean by it? Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. For example, let me get it down. Okay. Now, just a sec. Okay. Void method 2. Void method 2. And here I'm just trying to write system.out.println simply method 2 call. Method 2 call. And here I just want to write syso. So this is method 1 call. Method 1 call. Okay. Now let me just try to make it as int. I'm just trying to remove that void, and I'm just making my method 2 as int. Now my question is, what is the access modifier for this method 2? Answer. What is the return type for method 2? Why we are getting an error? We are not returning int value. Guys, return type is different. Return statement is different. Where we will be writing the return statement? Where we will be writing the return statement inside the method body. I hope you're understanding the point. Return type is different. Return statement is different. Now tell me, okay, for example, tell me why we are getting an error. No, exactly the point. No return type. Okay, now tell me why I am getting an error. We are not returning a value. I hope you're understanding the point here. So I'll do one thing. Just return return. Can I write like this? Why? I mean, what is the return type? What we need to return? What we are returning? So obviously we'll be getting an error. Okay, I'll just try to remove this. And here I'm just trying to go with like 100. All right. Now system.out.println, simply I'm going with hello WORLD, hello world. Now my question is, in line number 16, am I getting an error? Of course. Why? Why we are getting an error? Guys, listen. Whenever the compiler came across return statement, I am not saying return type. What I am saying? Where we will be writing the return statement? Inside the method body. One more time. Whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately the compiler will be coming back to its calling method. Remaining lines which were present in your method will not be executed. Means, simple question. Is line number 16 reachable or unreachable to the compiler? That's the reason you are getting an error. Let me just try to show you. Here we are getting a small error message like this is the message which we are getting. What is that message here, guys? Unreachable code. I mean, let me do one thing. Compile time error BCAUSC because of unreachable code. Why this code is unreachable to the compiler? Why? Because whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to its calling method. For example, here, just let me try to write system.out.println, just a small differentiation line, and AOBJ dot method 2. like this. So in line number 24, we are calling method 2. In line number 24, we are calling method 2. From here, directly it will be coming to line number 12. Line number 14 will be executed. Line number 15 will be executed. And whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to line number 24, like ending of line number 24. I hope you're understanding the point here, guys. So line number 16, nope, it is not reachable to the compiler. So that's the reason it is unreachable code. Am I clear with this? Online students, I want you to please respond in the chat for me. Online students, please respond in the chat. Please respond in the chat. Please respond, guys. Please respond. Please respond. Impressive. Very good. Very good. So, yes. Yes. Okay. Let me just try to write a small point coming back. So, when the compiler will be coming back to its calling method, the compiler will be coming back to the calling method in 3 ways. I mean, 3 situations. First one, you already know that. What is that first one? After executing all the statements which are present inside a method. Come on, in our demo classes only, we already know that. We already covered that. Second one, it's actually a new point which we came to know right now. What is the second point, guys? Whenever the compiler came across return statement. Guys, one more time I am saying this. Remember, whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to its calling method. Remaining statements which were present in your method will not be executed. Am I clear with that? Okay, that is good. Sir, what about the third way? What about the third way? Guys, actually that third way, just let me hang on. Let me just try to write like this. If there is an exception, if there is an exception regarding this one, exception not exactly right now, to be discussed later. Whenever we are dealing with exception handling, at that particular time, I'll let you know, like, what is this exception. So guys, error is different, exception is different. So what is the difference between error, exception? When an exception occurs, how to handle that, and what happens, like, if there is an exception occurred, immediately your method will be, your compiler will be coming back to its calling method. How that entire process is happening, exception handling, not exactly right now. I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. So again, simple question. When the compiler will be coming back to its calling method in 3 situations. First one is after executing inside a method. Second one is whenever the compiler came across a return statement. And third one is if there is an exception. Dot. That's it. Not more than that. Okay. Now, there are some key points which we need to remember whenever we are dealing with this return type. Don't write. I'll give you time. Wait. Enjoy the class first. Please listen to the class first. Okay. There are some key points. There are some key points which we are supposed to keep in mind whenever we are dealing with returning a value from a method. Let's try to know. Let's try to check out all those key points. Okay. Now, the very first key point is, let me, point number 1. First listen. Again, I'm saying you. First listen. Okay. Point number 1. Return type of a method and returning value of a method. return type of a method and its returning value and its returning value should be dash. Should be dash. I mean, come on. Are you sure? So guys, one more time I am saying you involve in the class. Don't simply listen. I want you to guess. You can do this. You can do this. Okay. Now read the point one more time. Return type of a method. Return type of a method means where we are going to write the return type. I mean, beside the method name. Yes or no? A return type of a method and its returning value should be. Let me show you. Okay. Here we will be getting a compile time error. Okay. Now I'm having one more method, guys. Please let me just try to go with int method 3. Int method 3. And here also I'm just trying to write method 3 like this. And return return Java. Okay. And you know the reason why we are getting an error. Okay, why we are getting an error? Hang on. AOBJ dot method 3. Okay. Now, buddy, you. No. Yes. Tell me. Why we are getting an error at line number 21? Louder. So, yeah, you are saying it's a string value. Okay, but why? Why we are getting an error? I need an explanation for that, please. Why we are getting an error? Buddy, you. Beside. Yeah. Louder. Because it is integer. No, not satisfied. Still. Guys, again I am saying you. Knowing the concepts is one thing. What you know, you need to deliver it perfectly. Please, buddy, you. Yeah. One more time. Exactly. You're saying we are setting return type as integer. We are returning string. I hope you're understanding the point here. Guys, yes or no? So, yes, guys, again, I'm asking. I'll ask you questions. So, please be prepared. Is that okay? I hope it's okay for everyone. See, the thing is like, again, I'm saying you, not only learning the concepts, you should deliver them. Your communication also matters. Okay, yes. So the reason why we are getting an error here, because sir, the return type of this method 3 is int. Return type of this method 3 is int. We are returning a string. That's the reason we are getting an error. Okay, you. Why? Yeah. Why we are getting an error? Yeah. Okay. So are you saying that we need to return only integer? Yes. Okay. Guys, she's saying that we need to return only integer. Am I right or wrong? Is that correct? Okay. Then we'll do one thing. For example, am I getting any error? So one more time. What is the return type for method 3? Respond. What it should return. What it is returning. Am I getting any error? Nope. I'm actually not getting any error. Why? Hang on. We'll do one thing. But before going to any further, for example, guys, method 2 int x equal to like this. Can I write like this? Why? Because What is the return type for method 2? I hope you're understanding the point. Okay. Now here also int y equal to like this. Now here I just want to write a small statement. System.out.println method 1. Okay. Method 1. Actually, from last Saturday onwards, my laptop is having some trouble. It's not feeling well. My laptop. Last Saturday, that is last class. Up to afternoon, fine. It's okay. But evening 4 o'clock batch, from that class onwards, it is feeling little bit sick. It will take time to recover. I hope you're observing, like it's getting lagged. Yes or no? When it is getting lagged, whenever we are connecting to Zoom, it is getting lagged. Reminding if Zoom is not connected, it's fine. So just, I think they are updating the servers. Zoom servers are, I think they are updating. So it may take time, 4 to 5 days. I think it may take time. Kindly please bear with me. Is that okay for everyone, guys? Thank you. All right. Now here in line number 33, I am writing method 1 is returning is returning plus x. Okay. And exactly the same thing. Method 2. Sorry, this is 3. This is 2, right? Method 2 and method 3 is returning y. Now, if I ask you what is my output at line number 33? What is my output at line number 33? Come on. 100. Why? Because method 2 is returning 100. Okay. What is my output at line number 34? Don't say A. Don't say capital A. No. Let me show you. Guys, listen. Let me show you. Okay. Right click, run as Java application. Come on. Come on. Yeah. What is the value here? Now, how we are getting that 65? ASCII value for capital A is 65. ASCII value, sir. What is the ASCII? ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. What is the ASCII value for capital A? 65. What is the ASCII value for small a? 90? 90? That is correct. 97. Let me show you. For example, guys, it's not that much of complicated, guys. Let me hang on. Just a sec. Open my Google and here ASCII values. In Google, if you just entered ASCII values, open the first link. Just open the first link. And here, can you check this? What is the ASCII value for capital A? 65, 66, 67, so on up to capital Z, 90. When you are speaking about small a, 97, so on up to 122. I hope you're understanding the point here, guys. Okay. Now, let me just try to get it back here. Okay. Online students, I believe it's clear, guys. Online students, I want you to please tell me, did you understand these ASCII values? These are predefined, guys. These are predefined. For example, if I ask you a simple question, what is the ASCII value for small a? What is your answer? For capital A? Now, coming back to our point, return type of a method and its returning values should be compatible. That is perfect. Return type of a method and its returning value should be compatible. Compatible. Sir, what do you mean by this compatible? Compatibility means both should be, they should be able to easily convert from one data type to another data type. There is, guys, listen. In our core Java, there is this concept known as typecasting. Typecasting. How many primitive data types are there? 8 primitive data types are there. All these 8 primitive data types. Sir, what are those 8 primitive data types? Int, byte, short, long, float, double, char, boolean. All these 8 primitive data types, we can convert one data type into another data type. That particular process is known as typecasting. When you're speaking about typecasting, basically there are two types of typecastings are there. First one is implicit typecasting. Second one is explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting means automatically it will be done by the compiler. So if you are giving A, capital A here like this, automatically it will be typecasted into int data. Are you understanding the point here, guys? Respond. Now, one more time. Typecasting concept, that's completely different. Very soon we will be trying to discuss. But right now, my main question is, I'll be saying you two statements. Statement 1. Return type of a method and its returning value should be same. That is statement 1. Statement 2. Return type of a method and its returning value should be compatible. Which one is correct? Statement 1 or statement 2? Answer. I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. Respond. That is good. Actually, okay. Now, point number 2. Point number 2. All right. Now, guys, before going to this point number 2, I actually have a small question for you. No, not a question, a small statement. Listen. Please listen. I told you, listen. Return statement. Return statement. Always it should be the last statement inside a method. True or false? One more time. Return statement, always it should be the last statement inside a method. True or false? Why? Sir, why? Because whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to its calling method. Remaining code will not be executed. So obviously, return statement should be the last statement inside a method. Okay, keep that thought aside. Just for a minute, please keep the thought aside. Now, guys, in our Java, we are having this concept known as control statements. Did I said this? Respond. Okay. How many types of control statements are there? 3 types. One more time. How many types of control statements are there? 3 types. What are those? Selection, iteration, jump statements. One more time. How many types of control statements are there? 3 types. What are those? Selection, iteration, jump statement. In selection statements, we are having 4. If else, if, switch. 4 selection statements are there. Yeah, very soon we'll be trying to discuss them also. And when you're speaking about iteration statements, of course, 4. While, do while, for each. For means for loop. One more time. Tell me, how many types of selection statements, how many types of control statements are there? Answer. What are those? And jump statement. In selection statements, how many types of selection statements are there? What are those? Which case? Totally 4. In iteration, how many are there? 4. 4. In iteration, how many are there? 4. What are those? While, do while, for each, for each, for each. In jump statements, there are only 3. Break, continue, return. Break, continue, return. Once we completed these control statements, 30 to 35% of the syllabus is done. But in order to complete that control statements, lot of time is there. It will take nearly, I'm guessing, 15-20 days from now. It will take time. Nearly 15 days, it will take time. So wait for it. So one last time. Please tell me, how many types of control statements are there? What are those? How many types of selection statements are there? What are those? Switch. Hang on. Now, I'm just trying to write one control statement, that is if else. Only one. Okay. For example, int I equal to 10. Okay. If else, open braces and close braces, I should be, let me just try to equal to, or else I'll do one thing. I should be less than 50. Okay. And now SYSO system.out.println, simply I'll go with high. Instead of high, I'll go with if block executd. If block executed. And here I'll go with the else block executed. Okay. Now tell me guys, what will be my output? If block executed. Now my question is, when else block will be executed? Condition is when if block will be getting executed. You need to respond, guys. If the condition is all right, then answer my question. Fill in the blanks. Else block, guys, listen. Else block will never executes if the condition is, only 10 people are there. Come on. One more time. Hang on. I'm going to say one more statement. Else block will only executes if the condition is perfect. If block will never executes if the condition is, if block will only executes if the condition is, else block will never executes if the condition is. I hope you're understanding the point here. Respond. Okay. Now coming back to our concept. Okay. Let me, okay, minimize this. I told one statement, that is return statement should be the last statement inside a method. Again, concentrate. What I said, return statement, RETURN, return statement should be the last statement inside a method. And you said that is correct. Am I right or wrong? Okay. Now coming back to my program. Now here I'm having, just let me try to go with like int method for, of course, system.out.println method for call, and here I'll take it as a parameterizer method, by the way. Parameterizer method, and how many parameters I can write? One. How many parameters I can write? When I'm writing multiple parameters, whenever I'm writing multiple parameters, I need to separate them with the help of a comma. You already know that, right? Okay. Now here, if, sir, we up to now we did not discuss anything about control statements. Yes, but I believe you can say the output for this program. If, sorry, and else, if, simply I'm just trying to go with system.out.println if block executd executed, and here I'll go with the else block executed. Okay, now I'm giving a condition. I'm giving the condition as I should be less than 50. I should be less than 50. Now tell me, am I getting an error? Am I getting an error? And I honestly believe that you know the reason why we are getting an error. Do you know the reason? Do you know the reason why? We are not returning a value. I mean, what is the return type for method 4? What is the return type for method 4? What we need to return? Int value. So we are not returning anything. So that's the reason we are getting an error. Okay. Return 1000. Return 2000. Take a minute time. Now, previously, what is the statement we have written? Please read the second point. Return statement should be the last statement inside a method. Means after return statement, we are not supposed to write anything. Am I right or wrong? But is return statement last statement inside a method? No. See, guys, I have written some more also. Am I right or wrong? Now, I'm going to rephrase my question. Please answer it correctly. Let me just try to make this, okay. AOBJ dot method for AOBJ dot method for, and simply I just want to pass I value as 100, or else, okay, let me just try to go with I value as 10. I value as 10, and int z equal to AOBJ dot method for, and I'm just trying to return that one also. Method 4 is returning z. I hope you understand the point. Now, tell me what is I value. What is I value? 10. If I value is 10, tell me which block will be getting executed. If block or else block? If block or else block? Is there any chance of executing else block? I hope you're understanding the point here. Respond, guys. In if block, what is the last executable statement? Executable statement. Tell me the line number. Tell me, what is the line number? Line number? I hope you're understanding the point here. Now, tell me one thing. For example, if I value is, okay, right now, I value is 10. What if I value is 100? Now, tell me what is the last executable statement? I hope you're understanding the point here. Hey, yes or no here? So, now tell me. Return statement should be the last statement inside a method. That is my first statement. Second statement is return statement may not be the last statement inside a method, but it should be the last executable statement inside a method. I hope you're understanding the point here. Hey, respond here. For example, Just for example, I'm going to write like this, and let me remove this. Okay. Now, this is hi. This is hello. Hi and hello. Okay. Now my question is, don't immediately answer. If I remove line number 30 and line number 36 from the comment, don't immediately answer. Am I going to get any error? Feel free to discuss. Discuss. Please discuss. My question is, if I remove line number 30 and line number 36 from the comment, am I going to get any error? Discuss. And now tell me, guys. Tell me, if I remove line number 30 and 36 from the comment, am I going to get any error? Are you sure? Do you know what? That is 100% correct. We will be getting an error. Why? Because return statement should be the last executable statement. I hope you're understanding the point here. So yeah, of course, we'll be getting a compile time error. Compile time error because obviously it is a unreachable code. Unreachable code. Okay, now coming back to the points. Okay, return statement may not be the last statement inside the method, but it should be the last, exactly guys, last executable statement, statement inside a method. Return statement may not be the last statement inside a method, but it should be the last executable statement inside a method. Just a sec. Just a sec. Okay. That is good. That is actually good. Point number 3. Online students, I believe it's clear, guys. Online students, kindly please respond in the chat for me. I want you to please respond. Please respond. Please respond. That is very good. That is actually very good. Okay. Now, third point. Okay. Third point. Guys, listen. Boys, listen. Last. Yeah. Listen. Inside a void method, can I write a return statement? Inside a void method, can I write a return statement? Let me check this. For example, guys, listen. RETURN. Let me save it. Am I getting any error? Now answer my question. What is the return type for method 1? Come on. Void. Is it supposed to return anything? Am I returning anything? That's it. Guys, please listen to this clearly. Void methods does not need a return statement. Does not need return statement. But if you want to write return statement, you can write a return statement without returning anything. Without returning anything. Guys, return statement is, please don't think like it is only used to return a value. No, it is one of the jump statements. How many types of control statements are there? How many types of control statements are there? What are those? Selection, iteration, jump statement. In jump statements, there are three: break, continue, return. Return statement is one of the jump statement. It is not only used to return a value, it is used to come out from a method. I hope you're understanding the point here, guys. So, see, inside a void method, it is not mandatory to write a return statement. But if you want to write a return statement, we can write a return statement without returning anything. I believe it's clear, guys. Okay, just let me try to write a small point here. Wrong choice. Yes, better. Void methods does not need return statement. Void methods does not need return statement. Point number 4. It is not mandatory. It is not mandatory to write. It is not mandatory to write return statement. It is not mandatory to write return statement inside a void method. Point number 5. But if we want to write a return statement, inside a void method, we can do that. Without returning any value. We can do that without returning any value. Point number 6. Except void methods. Except void methods. Remaining all methods 100%. We need to write a return statement. STAT, return statement. Otherwise we will be getting an compile time error. ERROR. Except void methods, remaining all methods 100%. Remaining all methods 100%. We need to write a return statement. Otherwise, we will be getting an compile time error. Just let me return RETURN. Just a second. Okay. Enough. So, guys, one more time. Please tell me, inside a void method, can I write a return statement? Don't say yes. Continue the answer. Continue. If you say yes, your answer is wrong. One more time. Inside a void method, can I write a return statement? Yes, but We should not return anything. I hope you're understanding the point here, guys. Okay. Online students, I want you to please respond, guys. Is that clear? Yes. Yes. Now, guys, one more time. See, yes, it's a fair question. I got a question here from online student. The question is, sir, what is the use of writing a return statement inside a void method? Automatically, it will be coming out from the compiler. Once the method got executed, it will be coming out. Again, I am saying this. Guys, return statement is not only used for returning a value, it is used as a jump statement also. When you're speaking about if else, just now I had shown you if else. We can write multiple if else statements also. Inside if, again you can write one more if else. Again you can write one more if else. Like that, at any particular point of time, if you want to come out from the method, we need to use return statement. Am I clear with this? So please don't think like return statement is actually not used inside void method. No, we will use them. We will, I repeat, we will use them according to our programming logics. But whenever we are writing a return statement inside a void method, please make sure we are not supposed to return anything. If you're returning anything, you will be getting an error. Except void methods, remaining all the methods, 100% we need to write a return statement. I believe it's clear, guys. Online students, please tell me, guys, am I clear with this? Madhu, is that clear? Please respond in the chat for me. Great. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Now, just one last point. Actually, we already know this point, by the way. Point number 7. Hang on. Point number 7. Just a sec. Please open. Yeah, it will come. Come on. Okay. By the way, guys, could you please tell me what are our options for returning a value from a method? How many options we are having? Tell me. I already discussed that in our demo class only. How many options we are having? What are those? Void. All the 8 primitive data types, classes. That is actually perfect. Just a second. Yes. We will be having 4 options to use as method return types. That is actually point number 7. Hang on. Oh my God. Okay. We will be having 4 options to use as method return types. And I believe we already know all those 4. We can use void. We can use all the 8 primitive data types, classes, and interfaces. Enough, guys. Enough. That's it. So I believe you understand the concept here, guys. Please. Now, please have this. If possible, try to remember, like try to write how many points you remember by your own. Of course, no pressure. There is no pressure if possible. Just try. Let me save it for a minute. See, guys, our classes, I mean, how I'm going to train you, I will use previous classes concepts also. So I want you to please revise. Every day, revise. Once we came to OOPS concepts, if you are not having a proper knowledge on previous concepts, you will not enjoy the topic. If you are having a concept on previous concepts, if you're having an idea on previous concepts, whenever we're discussing OOPS, you will be literally getting goosebumps. Like that, the concept will be very interesting, but needs previous concepts knowledge. I believe your alarm is still working at 10:30. And what you're doing? Yeah, you know what you're doing. You know it, I know it. Please revise. The reason why you did not off that alarm permanently because you want to do it. So make that happen. And kindly please do remember, guys, a return type of a method and returning value of a method should be compatible. Remember that. Remember that. Completed? Carry on. Take time. No problem, guys. Write slowly. Two more minutes. One last minute. And time up. Okay. How many are writing? Raise your hands, please. Okay. Boys, you continue. Continue, no problem. And guys, the persons who already completed this 7 points. Okay. I'm giving you 3 minutes time. 3 minutes. For all these 7 points, in these 3 minutes, just think, means can you write a program which justify these all these 7 points? Are you understanding me? Respond. Don't write the program. Just think. Means we are having these 7 points. Okay, your time starts now. So if anyone wants you to write a program, or else if they wants you to explain these 7 points with the help of a program, can you do it or not? Think. Don't simply say yes. Think. Don't write, just think. You are supposed to prove these points with the help of a program. And time up. Okay, guys, the persons who honestly tried to prove all these 7 points, you should be getting a doubt. You should be getting a doubt. And that doubt is at point number 7. Sir, how we are supposed to prove a method can have class as a return type? If a method is having class or interface as a return type, what we need to return? If you tried honestly, you should be having, you should be getting that doubt. If you are getting that doubt, you are in right track. If you are getting that doubt, you are on perfect track. Wait for those two concepts. Classes and interfaces. If your method is having class as return type or else an interface as return type, what we need to do, what we need to return, I'll let you know. Wait for it. But if you are not getting that doubt, you need to work more. I hope it's clear, guys, for everyone. Am I clear with this? Now, please have this program. Go ahead. Feel free to use shortcuts. So Lokesh were asking, if we use void, then how will we use other data types? Lokeshwari, a method can have only one return type. Only one return type. Okay? Yes. Whenever you are writing this program, I want you to sync these methods with the points which you have written. Just now you thought about writing the code, right? So sync these. So Satish, you're asking, sir, what is the most powerful concept in Java? Core Java. Okay. Everything is important in core Java, guys. Everything. Just raise one. If it's not done, just raise one. Okay. Yes. When I'm scrolling, if it's not done, just raise. I'll again scroll back. Use shortcuts. Please use shortcuts. Wait. Himanshu, wait. That's it. That's the code. That's the code. That's the entire code. Done? Right, right. No problem. And tomorrow, which concept we are discussing? Main method. So please don't miss it. Don't miss it. 2 days. It's actually going to take 2 days time. Please don't miss it. Time is running, right? Hey, yes, sir. Are you also feeling the same thing right now? The time is completed, or else you are thinking, still the class is going on like that. Good, great, actually. Online students. Kindly please message me in the chat. Is it done, guys? Online students, please respond in the chat for me, please. Great. That is good. That is good. All right. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. That's it for today. We'll be trying to continue your sessions again by tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Boys,